It's time for Preserving Your Dignity and Your Money, Planning for Successful Aging with Nugen Law. And now your host, J. Bryan Nugen, estate planning and elder law attorney.
Good morning, and welcome to Preserving Your Dignity and Your Money, Planning for Successful Aging with Nugen Law. I'm attorney J. Bryan Nugen, founder of Nugen Law, and your host for our program. The purpose of our show is to have weekly, in-depth conversations about matters relevant to folks as they walk down the path of aging successfully. Our listeners will learn what it is to age with dignity and how best to protect their money. I've been practicing law for 3 decades. I'm licensed to practice in Indiana, Ohio, Michigan, and Florida, and actively represent clients in all 4 states. My practice, the attorneys, and our interdisciplinary team of professionals who practice with me concentrate on working with clients in estate planning and elder law and areas related to them, like protecting money from nursing home stays, securing benefits from programs like Medicaid and VA, geriatric care coordination, estate and trust administration, guardianships, planning for those with special needs. So Nugen Law sees clients in many stages of life, but commonly we have folks reaching out when they or a loved one are showing signs of needing help. Those signs may include a chronic ailment or progressive decline before, during, or after a hospitalization, an instance of incapacity, caregiver burnout. You've been providing care for someone in your family and it's just becoming exhausting. Stress on family members due to some or all of those items that I mentioned. As a reminder, Nugen Law represents clients in Indiana, Ohio, Michigan, and Florida. And if you hear something in today's broadcast which resonates with you, an area in which we may be able to help, please call Nugen Law at 260-925-3738, speak with one of our intake specialists, and schedule a meeting for either our Fort Wayne or Auburn locations. You are also encouraged to see us online at www.nugenlaw.com. Or, something new, you can text to the number 45364, that's 45364, the word Nugen, and you'll receive a response text with our contact information. That's text NUGEN to 45364. Nugen Law will also be presenting a free seminar on August 15th between 1 and 5 p.m. in Fort Wayne with a deeper dive into how you can be sure to preserve your dignity and protect your money with topics like asset preservation, securing benefits to provide payment for your care as you age, care management as you age, estate planning, and elder law. Please call 260-925-3738 to reserve your spot at that seminar. So let's begin by looking at some numbers. 10,000 people per day turn age 65 in the United States. Seniors are the fastest growing population in the U.S. 16.8% of the population is age 65 or greater. That means 55.8 million people are in this age bracket. This is increasing to 88 million by the year 2050. What is really sobering, though, is that 5.7 million people in the United States are currently living with Alzheimer's. That's a type of dementia. It's diagnosed every 65 seconds, increasing to every 33 seconds by the year 2050. That's double the rate of diagnosis. So 1 in 3 seniors, in essence, dies with some type of a dementia, and the cost of care can be devastating. This is especially true when you learn that 7 out of 10 people will need long-term care in their lifetime. Long-term care is necessitated when someone needs help with activities of daily living like eating, bathing, dressing, using the bathroom, etc. What are the averages cost of care in Indiana? Listen to this. In-home personal care attendant. So if you want someone in your home, you're looking to pay around $5,815 per month, or $69,784 annually, so nearly $70,000 annually. Adult daycare, around $5,828 per month, or, again, around $70,000 annually. Assisted living facility stays, you're around $5,013 monthly, average to $60,150 per year. Nursing home care, semi-private room. If you're living in a room with a bunkmate, you're on average in Indiana spending $7,978 monthly, or $94,000 or $95,000 over the course of the year. If you want a private room, you're around $9,700 a month, or $116,000 annually. Now, what's interesting, though, is that the nursing home numbers for Fort Wayne are higher than the state average. So in Indiana, rather in Fort Wayne, we're looking at an average of $111,000 for a semi-private room, or $136,000 for a private room. So those are the numbers. My experience has been that a lot of the Nugen Law clients are motivated to contact us for help when they see that a loved one or a friend of the family has lost their money, their life savings, they needed to sell their home or sell the farm after entering a nursing home or a memory care unit, and they don't want the same thing to happen to them or to their parents. So our job at Nugen Law is to make sure that doesn't happen to them. How do we do that? As a reminder, Nugen Law represents clients in Indiana, Ohio, Michigan, and Florida. If you hear something today that's of interest to you, please give us a call, 260-925-3738. So let's first talk about pre-care planning. The ideal with pre-care planning is that the Nugen Law client ideally has 5 years or more before they're in need of care. So why 5 years? The program we're typically applying for to pay for one's care is called Medicaid. Medicaid has something called a look-back period. So that period happens to be 5 years, 60 months. So Medicaid wants to know what you've given away in the past 5 years. What have you given away and hadn't received a benefit for in the past 5 years? If it's determined that gifts or transfers were made for which you didn't receive something immediately in return, then there's a penalty that's created. And that penalty determines how long it is before you can get those Medicaid benefits that are oh so important and oh so helpful. So the sooner we start planning, that pre-care planning, the better. People oftentimes confuse Medicare and Medicaid, thinking that Medicare will provide payment for their care as they age. Medicare pays medical expenses and, when appropriate, rehabilitation in a nursing home, etc. It does not provide payment for personal care or for a skilled stay in a nursing home or memory care unit for extended periods of time beyond that initial rehabilitation that I referenced earlier. So I think this confusion stems from the fact that Medicare will provide payment for rehabilitation for a period generally of up to 20 days. If you as a listener have something called an Advantage plan, Medicare will pay up to 20 days of rehabilitation. If you have traditional Medicare, it will pay up to 100 days of rehabilitation. But rehabilitation should not be confused with longer-term skilled care. Rehab is intended to get you back on your feet so you may go home. So I think what's happening is that people are saying or recognizing that, gosh, Medicare paid for mom's stay when she was in the nursing home for those 2 weeks, and there's the assumption that if she goes to the nursing home for a longer period of time, Medicare will step back in and will pay for that longer period, that longer stay, and that just isn't the truth. So what Nugen Law is doing is assisting our clients in obtaining Medicaid should you need help after that rehab, either at home or in a facility like a nursing home. As a reminder, if you would like to touch base with Nugen Law personally, you're able to text to the word Nugen, Nugen, to 45364. That's texting the number 45364 with the word Nugen, and you'll receive a text back with our contact information. So Medicaid. Medicaid has very strict guidelines related to your assets and your income. So our job at Nugen Law is to protect your assets in such a way that you qualify for those Medicaid benefits. We call that pre-care planning. So with pre-care planning, I regularly utilize a very unique type of a trust called an asset protection trust. I'd like to describe these trusts as a treasure chest. Nugen Law clients have us build that treasure chest for them. Please prepare that treasure chest, that trust, to protect some or all of my assets. Our clients title their assets in the name of the trust, transfer their assets to the trust, the treasure chest in this analogy, and then 5 years or more before they believe they'll need assistance, and then lock the chest. The key to the treasure chest can be used to access the treasure in that chest, but you can't hold that key. So that key needs to be held by someone else, typically a child. It doesn't have to be a child. It could be a trusted friend, another trusted family member, someone that would be managing the funds inside that treasure chest wisely and would respect your requests as outlined within that trust, that analogy of a treasure chest. This analogy, saying a trust is like a treasure chest, is just very general, and in reality, it's much more involved than creating just a basic trust. Sometimes I'll have clients say to me that I have a trust. So, and I think it's to protect my assets if I have a nursing home stay or if my health declines as I age, etc. 9 times out of 10, unless they specifically requested this type of a trust I'm asking about, they probably have something called a revocable or a living trust. And those trusts are used to avoid probate, but do us no good in protecting assets from a nursing home or other long-term stay. If you would like to learn more about these trusts in detail, I encourage you to attend our free seminar. That's a free seminar on August 15th between 1 and 5 p.m. here in Fort Wayne, taking a deeper dive into how you can be sure to preserve your dignity and protect your money with topics like asset preservation, securing benefits to pay for your care as you age, geriatric care management, estate planning and elder law. So give us a call at 260-925-3738 to reserve your spot. Next, Nugen Law represents clients in Indiana, Ohio, Michigan, and Florida. So if you hear something in today's broadcast which resonates with you, an area in which we may be able to help, please call Nugen Law at 260-925-3738, speak with one of our intake specialists, and schedule a meeting for either our Fort Wayne or Auburn locations. You're also encouraged to see us online at www.nugenlaw.com. So, if you've created that asset protection trust and it's in effect for 5 years, 60 months or more, and you physically and or cognitively qualify for Medicaid, typically because some type of a dementia, your assets will be protected and you may apply for those Medicaid benefits. So why do you hear me keep talking about Medicaid? Well, Medicaid is a very robust program that assists those that are approved for it on many levels. So, for example, if you're a resident of Allen County, Indiana, you may reach out to the PACE, P-A-C-E program, to be a recipient of their services. PACE stands for Program of All-Inclusive Care to the Elderly. They have a beautiful facility on Lake Drive here in Fort Wayne, and they have a medical clinic there at the facility. They have all types of activities that they present. They also can arrange for other benefits for you to receive in your home. So I'd encourage you to reach out to the PACE program, P-A-C-E, PACE program, if you happen to be a resident of Allen County and are on Medicaid. You may also ask to receive benefits to provide care for you in your home. That's right. With Medicaid, you can receive licensed care providers in your home paid for through Medicaid. What happens is there's an assessment that's performed to determine how much care you may receive in your home. So you don't determine how much care you need or will receive. They may be asking you, what are you thinking? But they're going to determine how many hours of care per week that you would receive based upon your condition. So it could be 6 hours a week, 15 hours a week, 20 hours a week, etc. Medicaid will then give you a list of approved and licensed agencies for you to select your care providers from, and then Medicaid will pay them directly on your behalf. So you don't have any out-of-pocket responsibility for providing those care providers to come into your home. So it is an excellent, another excellent program that Medicaid recipients are able to receive that care in their home. Now, what you should know is that Medicaid will never pay for 24-hour-a-day care in your home with those attendants. They will. I've seen significant amounts of hours per day, per week, etc., but not 24 hours per day. So if remaining at home doesn't make sense for you, right? It's no longer, even with that care that we were talking about earlier being in your home, if that doesn't make sense for you any longer, it's just not safe for you to be there, you may consider moving to a Medicaid-approved assisted living facility. So Medicaid will pay for your stay at an ALF, assisted living facility. ALFs permit you to have your own apartment. They have on-site activities, provide assistance with activities of daily living, like bathing assistance, medication reminders, assistance with the restroom, etc. In those instances, and it does happen, that a person's level of care exceeds what can be provided in an assisted living facility, and a nursing home or a memory care unit make more sense, then Medicaid is also able to pay for this stay. So by establishing that asset protection trust, 5 years or more before your declining health requires a nursing home or memory care unit stay, you may utilize Medicaid to pay for your stay. Clients and families will sometimes say to me that they have a concern about Medicaid paying for their care. They feel that if funds other than one's personal savings are used for their care will be substandard. Well, approximately 65% of residents in Indiana have their nursing home stay paid by Medicaid. The facilities are subject to audits and unannounced inspections. The staff, the dietitian, etc., have no idea how a resident's stay is being paid. They are there to provide the best care for their residents, regardless of the payer source. The biggest struggle they face is understaffing, right? Not lack of care based upon a payer source. It really is a struggle, like everybody else is struggling, getting enough employees, enough staff members in their facilities. So please disavow or get rid of the notion that if your care is paid by Medicaid, the help and care you receive will be less than what one would receive if they deplete their life savings to pay for the care. Your roommate paying privately has access to the same nurse, same CNA, same meals, etc., as you will if your stay is paid by Medicaid. If you'd like to learn more about this information, including the trust that I discussed earlier and the benefits that you might receive, I encourage you to attend our free seminar to be held on August 15th between 1 and 5 p.m. here in Fort Wayne, taking a deeper dive into how you can be sure to preserve your dignity and protect your money, with topics like asset preservation, securing benefits to pay for your care as you age, geriatric care management, estate planning, and elder law. So give us a call, 260-925-3738 to reserve your spot. You also should know that Nugen Law represents clients in Ohio, Michigan, and Florida. If you hear something in today's broadcast which resonates with you, an area in which we may be able to help, please call Nugen Law at 260-925-3738 or text the word Nugen, N-U-G-E-N, to 45364 on your phone, and you'll receive a text message back with our contact information. If you call us directly, you'll speak with one of our intake specialists who will schedule a meeting for either our Fort Wayne or our Auburn location. You're also encouraged to reach out to us online at www.nugenlaw.com. So, if you're reticent to create that asset protection trust I discussed before 5 years in advance, or had an unexpected event which created the need to have an in-home personal care, moving to an assisted living facility or nursing home, it's never too late to protect some or all of your assets. You heard me right. There is no need to deplete your savings. It's always heartbreaking to me when I hear stories that mom, dad, grandma, etc. ran through their retirement, sold their home or their farm, paying for their care to eventually go on Medicaid for the same level of care. This never needs to happen. I just had a client in my office that was talking about an experience that he had. The client was in my office with his spouse talking about his mother-in-law. Well, his concerns were, gosh, when my grandmother was in the nursing home, we had to sell everything. We went through all of her proceeds, and then she ended up on Medicaid. And I let him know that never needed to happen. It's a real shame that did. It's unfortunate that you went through all of her money and sold her real estate and went through the real estate proceeds as well. That never needed to happen. So at Nugen Law, with offices in Auburn and Fort Wayne, we utilize recognized techniques in crisis situations that, just like I just described, to protect money. Normally, if one is married, all of the assets can be preserved. But if somebody's a single person, all of the assets are typically not able to be protected. They may be able to, depending upon what the assets are, but we're talking typically someplace between 50 and 100% more of one's assets, if you're a single person, could be protected. But there's no reason to have to deplete all of your life savings, your life's work, in order to receive appropriate care, either in your home, an assisted living facility, a nursing home. We always can protect money. The amount to be protected for a single person depends in large part upon the cost of the care for them, their income level, and the type of assets that they have. But rest assured, no approach to asset protection is done in a manner that has not been recognized by Medicaid as being appropriate. For my listeners that currently are experiencing paying privately for in-home care, an assisted living facility stay, a nursing home stay, or memory care unit admission, I encourage you to call Nugen Law and schedule a meeting with one of our attorneys to discuss your situation, see how we may be able to help you. Phone number is 260-925-3738. You may also consider coming to our free presentation on August 15th between 1 and 5 p.m. So if you give us a call at that 260-925-3738, we'll be sure to reserve a spot for you. So what does it look like when you retain the services of Nugen Law? If you're looking to secure Medicaid benefits, either after establishing an asset protection trust, or you're more in crisis mode as care is needed right now, or you may be making out-of-pocket payments now with a rate of $8,000, $9,000, $10,000, $11,000 per month. You're hemorrhaging money. What does that look like when you reach out to us? First, you'll meet with one of our attorneys to learn about your matter, discuss your situation, and to establish a strategy to protect your estate. And the costs for our services, of course, are discussed. You should know that this type of work is typically done on flat fee or value-based billing. What does value-based work mean? Our clients pay a flat fee regardless of the number of times we meet with them, the number of hours we put into your matter, or how long it takes to secure your benefits. We've found that our clients prefer this approach. They don't worry about calling us for fear that their bill will increase or they'll have a surprise invoice at the end of the month. It's just one flat fee for our entire representation period. After the initial meeting with one of our attorneys, you are placed into the capable hands of a Medicaid specialist responsible for taking a deeper dive into your finances, income, cost of care, start gathering the necessary documents for your eventual application. The gathering of documents is no small feat. We oftentimes need 3 to 4 months' worth of statements, if not more, to develop supporting documents for your eventual application. Your Nugen Law Medicaid specialist will work with you hand in hand until all necessary information has been gathered. Then we'll apply for benefits on your behalf, attend interviews as part of the application process on your behalf, appeal decisions if need be on your behalf, and eventually secure benefits to pay for your care, assuming that's appropriate. Our representation does not stop there. Nugen Law takes a life care planning approach to representing our clients. That means not only do Nugen Law clients have access to our attorneys and a Medicaid specialist, our clients also are provided a Medicare specialist, ongoing educational classes relevant to a mature population, certified public accounting firm, and an elder care coordinator. That's right. So Nugen Law's life care planning approach to elder law means that services they receive are very robust for the same initial value-based fee. Let's go through each of the services Nugen Law's clients receive. Nugen Law clients have access to a Medicare specialist. So either when a person is initially applying for Medicare or during open enrollment season in the fall of each year, our Medicare specialists review the medical history of our client, medications they're taking, physicians they're seeing, etc., and make a recommendation as to which Medicare plan to be on. We don't sell any of those plans. We receive no remuneration, no pay for that. It's just a recommendation. And on average, we are saving our clients money on an annual basis. As a reminder, Nugen Law represents clients in Indiana, Ohio, Michigan, and Florida. Please reach out to us at 260-925-3738 if you'd like to meet with one of our attorneys. As a Nugen Law client, you also receive access to our ongoing educational opportunities. We have classes throughout the year which are offered exclusively to our clients. It could be topics like the wicked disease of dementia, Alzheimer's in particular, Medicare coverage, advanced directives, healthcare representative designations, HIPAA waiver forms, durable powers of attorney, etc. We have classes on all of those topics and more that we put on about every other month throughout the course of the year. Nugen Law clients also have access to our affiliated company, TaxCare LLC, a certified public accounting firm. What does TaxCare mean for our clients? We prepare your personal tax returns without additional cost. That's right. If you are an active Nugen Law client, preparation of your tax return won't cost you anything extra. It's included in our representation of you. Our clients have access to our preparers and CPA. And finally, and I think most importantly, in my opinion, is the ability to work with our elder care coordinator. Our elder care coordinator organizes anything our clients may need as they age, advocates for our clients when necessary, and brings to their attention services available to them within our community. The Nugen Law Elder Care Coordinator gets to know their clients by meeting with them where they're living. This could be in a private home, an apartment, an independent or assisted living facility, during a hospital, nursing home, or memory care unit stay. They meet with you where you are. They meet with family members and loved ones of our clients so they get to know them intimately. They recognize where they are in the aging process and identify needs they may have. Needs to clients are oftentimes not even aware of having. So solutions are provided. So solutions to those needs that are identified. This could be from coordinating meals to be delivered, arranging for transportation, to organizing for help in the home of care providers to come to your home. Care providers that are able to prepare meals, clean, do laundry, assist with things like bathing, use of the restroom, dressing, etc. If it no longer makes sense for someone to remain in their home, they can't be there safely, the Nugen Law Elder Care Coordinator may arrange for tours of independent and assisted living facilities, making sure that the feel of that facility is appropriate for you, for our specific client. These same services are provided when the time arises for a move to a nursing home or a memory care unit. In addition, if the care being provided the client is not quite meeting the needs or expectations of the client, they will advocate for them to remedy those concerns. Our elder care coordinator becomes a friend and confidant of our clients. They also permit family members and loved ones of our Nugen Law clients to be relieved from the stress and burden of orchestrating care for our clients. It allows them to remain as family and not care providers. A hug is a very common thank you provided by our clients and their loved ones to our elder care coordinator. As a reminder, Nugen Law represents clients in Indiana, Ohio, Michigan, and Florida. Please give us a call at 260-925-3738. Speak with one of our intake specialists and schedule a meeting for our to see one of our attorneys in either our Fort Wayne or Auburn location. And we do encourage you to reach out to reserve your spot at our free seminar being held on August 15th between 1 and 5 p.m. here in Fort Wayne. 260-925-3738. Our time is running short, and we need to wrap up our discussion. Thank you for listening to Preserving Your Dignity and Your Money, Planning for Successful Aging with Nugen Law. I look forward to meeting with you at your appointment at Nugen Law and speaking with you, our listeners, next weekend, Saturday at 9 a.m. Enjoy your weekend.
You've been listening to Preserving Your Dignity and Your Money, Planning for Successful Aging with Nugen Law. For more information, log on to NugenLaw.com or email help@NugenLaw.com. Nothing stated in today's program should be considered as legal advice, should not be considered as having created an attorney-client relationship between show host and guests and any listener. Nugen Law is not liable for anything that happens as a result of a listener relying on provided information as legal advice. The content is for informational purposes only.